Customer complaint. Chlorine smell in the city water. No! Okay, so what we've got here is a kind of a tract house. You know what that is? That's your doorbell transformer. If you didn't, they're usually around outside somewhere. So we're very fortunate. We have a water cutoff right here. And this is our valve, our pressure valve. Never, ever mess with those. And we've got this up here. And I'm going to just have to cut all this stuff out. And I'm going to have to put a valve in here because what we have here is a whole house filter. Not a sponsor. And this is the biggie. This is the large capacity for 1 to 4 people. And so I'm going to have to sort out plumbing. Luckily, I have the PEX tools to swing it. Now, this is kind of an expensive thing. Ooh, look at, there's a little, okay, I don't know what that is. I didn't buy this thing, so let's take this out of here. Oh, I thought it came with a filter. Well, they lied. I thought it said it came with a filter, but that's okay. We must be used. Okay, well we got a carbon one, so good. So, and we'll talk. Just put this on a nail and keep this handy. You don't have to jack these things all into creation either. So here's instructions. What else is it? You gotta have a mounting plate down in here. Ooh. Okay. Now, I don't know. My experience with these carbon filters is that they clog up quicker, and they so if you my 12 extra hands or my 2 extra feet. So there's everything that comes in it, and so I don't know, and I don't know what this is. We'll have to read it, but so this looks like, I don't know what this is yet, but you'll use white Teflon tape on this, and so I got to kind of lay out where I'm going to put this thing because it has to be incredibly stable. This bracket has to be on the wall real hard because when you're jacking this thing on and off, you put a lot of stress on it. So what I'm probably going to do is, I don't have a lot of room to work with. Guess I could move this a little bit out of the way. Probably put it down here. Bring it down, come down to here, move that can't be too hard. And somewhere in this area, I would imagine I'm going to find a stud. This could be 21 inches on center. But somewhere, well, there's your hose bib right there, I just noticed. So, somewhere, let's see, 18 something. We're going to find a stud. We're going to have to find a stud. There's no way you can do this on drywall. Now, my thing will probably be that I'm going to want to take out some of the drywall and maybe put a cross bracket in there to hold that thing, because this just got to be incredibly strong. So I got to take this, go home, kind of figure it out, and get all my PEX fittings and see what I got here to do this. Don't have a lot of room to do much here. I thought that was a spider there for a second. So I gotta come out and go back in. I don't think I've seen that kind of thing before. So that sure don't look like I don't think it's going to be too terrible. So PEX, let's get at this kind of measurement here. So that looks like 3/4 to me. I don't know what it is. I'm not going to be doing it today. Well, the good thing is the water's not eating the PEX rings, and I've seen that happen before. What is this? Oh, this goes to that timer thing, the water circulation system. So I don't have a lot to work with here, but I got enough. So I got to go out here and in there. And I'm gonna have to see about this thing. So I think I can do this thing. But the thing for me is going to be getting this drywall cut and putting a cross brace in there. So that calls for the old hammer and nail. I'd rather be a hammer than a nail. And okay, that'll be it for now. It's hot in here. Here we are again. Got my Timken bearings. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna be using those. Let's see. Okay, so I've got my parts together here. We got insulation picks. I got my iVice tool. I was able to find the kind of rings that I like instead of the compression kind, and a bunch of elbows and a bunch of fittings. So we're getting ready to get Rex, the multi-tool, once I find the studs, and we'll try to make a place in here to well, gotta go, got guests. I have found the studs, I think. 16 inches on center. It kind of surprised me. I thought they'd be 21 in this kind of house, but that's good. So we're getting ready to cut this with Rex, and we will cut our piece of wood, and then we will put that in, and then we'll have a place to put our bracket that holds that thing there. Okay? So this is only to mount the wood, to mount the bracket. So yeah, there's multiple studs there. That's okay, I don't mind that. See, there's some screws. Okay, cool. Well, let's get them out of there. Okay, and then we'll pull that on out. So I don't care if this, as a matter of fact, I probably prefer that it stands a little proud here. So I probably will cut in a little bit more here. That sure is a pretty stud. Oh, that's because it's not a stud, it's a 1x something. I was wondering why it looked so nice. Now I know some kind of other thing. We'll get in there in a second. Okay, I got those two screws out. And this thing here just sort of floats there. It's not, don't seem like that. Okay, here we go. Oh, there you go. And there's your hunk of drywall. And let's just see what else is back there. I probably don't even need to take any of that insulation out. So, all right, so definitely got a old green stud there. And we got whatever this thing does. Let's see what's behind it. Nothing. If you're gonna do this, wear gloves, of course. And so we all know that's 1.5 inches there. So let me knock that'll be like 1 inch here and 1.5 inches here, and then we'll let's see how this does. I mean, yeah, see how that does. Okay, so let's do a little touch up here. Silly cam bite. Okay, so we've got the studs exposed. I'm not gonna mess with whatever that is, although I know there's nothing behind it. And with that stud in there that's kind of crooked, but that's okay. We got something to bolt to, and that's all that matters. So let me get a measurement across there, cut this piece of wood, and then we will we'll have that screwed up there in just a 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. So it came to 18 5/8, and so I've got this piece of wood I pulled out from one of my window projects, so you can tell by all the construction adhesives they used. So we got our plumber's box here, banker's box, and we're gonna cut this off, and then we're gonna drill it up on there. I've got my pilot holes drilled into the piece we're going to attach. I'm going to use these screws, and I've got some tight bond glue, so I'm going to smear glue here and there, and then once I get the first one in, get these two, and then I'll drill more pilot holes into the studs just to make sure we don't split them and compromise the strength of the 2x4. So you just have to trust me on this. I'll show you in a second. Really don't think you need pilot holes here, but I did them on these anyway. So let's put these in, and come on, baby. Help keep it tight. I got a bunch of glue back there too, so that'll help. All right. Okay. That's pretty tight. Like I say, I'm not going to put anything on that one. Don't think you need to. So now we're going to do this bracketation. Make sure you put the right part to the wall. So test fit it when you put it to this. I'm pretty sure the smaller part goes to the wall. So now you got to think about where you're going to go with it. And I'm thinking just right about here. I mean, you could do it about any way you wanted to. You know, I got an idea. I could take the water this way in and then this way out, and kind of make it that way. I was thinking I was going to come this way in, but I'm thinking now I'm going to go this way. It's two separate circuits. So you can do whatever you want to do. And so, wish I could find the PEX rings, have PEX right there on them. I get the shark bite one, so I guess it's some copyright thing. So I could go right in the middle, which would be the strongest place. So let's do that. Let's just go, you know, have to measure or anything. Let's put them right there. That will require pilot holes, because those are some big dogs right there, and that certainly will split that wood. I sure didn't expect this. It didn't come with the hardware to bolt it to this. You get 4 bolts this size, and luckily I found a couple in a bin. This isn't my place, so I would have these at home, but I'm just going to put 3 of those in the thing that mounts it to the wood, and those seem to fit rather well onto the top. And I can come back later and get this going, but those are great. So this ought to be fine to get us going, and then some. It'll be just dandy. So I'm gonna make a mark, get a drill to start my pilot holes, which would probably this be fine. 7/32 will be fine, and then that way this makes things a lot easier. So the bracket is on, and it says up, but I guess they're pointing to China. It's a lot sturdier this way, so we'll put it on this way. And this is why they have those relief cuts for the little red button you'll see in a minute. That's pretty good. So I'm just going to use a hand tool to hang the filter body. These threaded in a little easier than I dreamed they would, so there you go. I think you get the gist of that. Here, how tight that is. Get that back. Okay, so I've got it mounted, and it's just tight as it can be. So now's a good time to remember to tighten it up and put the filter in it and all that other stuff. So when you turn the water back on, you don't end up wet. So we're about ready to drain the house here and do the plumbing. So I don't know, I've been at it maybe an hour, 90 minutes or something, and then you finally get to start plumbing. All right, so we got this carbon filter, and as observed, there is no up and down, but you do have to make sure it keys into the bottom part down in there. I don't think I showed you, but I put some O-ring lubricant on the O-ring and the threads. And so let's see if we can. All right. Almost looks like a word. Wakefield. Am I doing it wrong? I don't think I'm doing it wrong. Oh, let me use both hands. You've seen people screw stuff on before. So that's what we're putting in, if you're wondering. And so I got it on, and I got a place to hang the thing. And you don't go mad dog on this. You just have to get it on there firmly. Okay, just firmly. Okay. Okay, that should do it. And I'm gonna leave this over here because gotta think of something else. Boy, it's hot and humid. It's all kind of thundery, rainy out there. Okay, so there's your little relief button. So when you start to fill it up, so let's drain the water and do some plumbing, huh? Well, let me show you where we are. We've got the water drained. I can prove it. See, nothing coming out. So what I do here is I can see in there where those fittings, how far they go up. They don't go up very far, do they? We're going to lose this plastic one, and I'm going to have to get my PEX ring cutter and do that. But we're getting ready to take everything off now. Going into the house, I'm going to cut as close to that ring as I possibly can. And there you go. And I think I understand that now. So it's time to put a bucket down here. Luckily we got this nice square bucket. And let's cut all that mess off. So we're going to cut here first, and then here, then here, and then here. Now this is going to be junk. So I've only got, technically I only got 2 rings to cut. So that's because we're not going to be reusing them. Just a couple of drops, and then we're getting ready to cut that off. And all right, let's take a look in there. That's a pretty good straight cut, and it just looks like it could use a filter because the water's a little bit murky there. So I've got this tool here to cut these rings off. And if you've never seen this be done before, it comes in the kit, most kits. And it's a very precision tool. And it takes a good amount of hand strength to run that thing. And there it goes. I'm going to cut the other side, but I'm going to cut them off and then we'll put them back on. Okay, so there's the cut rings and the stuff, and looks like it corroded right there pretty good. Nothing to worry about, more than I would have expected. Okay, so now we're going to go here, 90, 90 here, and there. So we'll put that in, and I can't do that and film at the same time, but you've seen enough people do PEX. So what I like to do is I like to get the piece of PEX pipe and mark the top of the fitting, and then you know where you are. Those are pressed on, and we'll get our go no go tool, and you can see it's right there on the lining marks. So we are go. Okay, so we got the first fitting in. So we're just about finished with the first leg, and there's your go tool, and there it is right on those little marks right there, right in the middle. That don't go all the way down. So, okay, we're doing good. So one more pipe and we got this first leg done. So it's just going to be fine. That's pretty well lined up. Looks like somebody might have done something. Now remember what this is for. This is to bleed out the air when you're filling up the water, so you don't get a bunch of air now. There's the end of the first leg, and that's pretty straight. Okay, and I'm going to check all these again. Just make sure I didn't forget one. You just always do them like, it seems like every time it's just 2 at a time. Okay, that's a go. That's a go. That's a go. That's a go. So this inlet side is done. So it says in right there on it. Okay, now let's do this other side. This is going to be a little bit more complicated because it's got a 3-way fitting. So I'm just going to do that and show it to you. You've seen enough. One of the tricks to using these tools is use this side when you're up against something flat, because this pokes and gets in your way, and that'll mess you up. So you got to go at it this way. You got to go flat side. So just try to do another little note there. So that's it. That's all there is to it. and it looks pretty good. It looks pretty straight. I don't see, I'll insulate the pipes and I might give you a final shot, but here in just a couple of scenes. So I've checked the go no go gauge multiple times. So I think put your safety glasses on and get ready to turn the water back on, and we'll see what happens. And there you go. And let's see, I had this much PEX left over, so that's not too bad. I didn't think you'd take a whole stick, and it didn't. So everything's all brass now, which makes me feel a whole lot better. And so we're ready to turn it on. The inside has been checked, and we are ready to turn the water on. And I'm just going to turn it on very gently. I think it goes down as I remember. I can't remember. Go up or down? I can't remember. Up, okay. So let's turn the water on a little bit and hold that red button. The water squirts out of this red button. You're still going to get some air in the line. So when you open up a faucet inside, just open one. There you go, see water coming out of there. Let's just let it build up slow. Stand back. Back symbol. There's still going to be a bunch of air in it because of the air and that stuff, but that's going to have to compress. Hopefully that valve will stop talking to us. I hear it waning. No pressure in the house either, so everything's got to build up again. Well, it doesn't look like the end of Mr. Roberts or anything. Okay. Oh, it just stopped. Okay, it just stopped. So I'm going to turn it all the way on. And I got these neat little things here. Got a whole bunch of them. Aren't they cute? And I even got a T one for right there, I think. And then, there it is. First thing I picked up. So I got a little T one for right there. And I'll wrap that up with some tape. And okay, well let's we're not going to drain this monster water heater, so the chlorine smell may linger for a while, but it'll lessen every single day. So that'll be good. So it looks like it's all holding, and no drips. So what you will do now is make sure this is nice and dry. Put you some paper down there, a piece of cardboard, and check it before you go beddy bye and make sure it's okay. You might wonder why I put it so low. Well, that's because you can get more torque on it that way, especially if you're a little shorter. And if you're up here, you have to kind of use your upper body. You can use your whole body, sort of lean into it a little bit. And that's why I put it so low. I don't know, it's probably 2.5 feet up, maybe 3. And so that's pretty much it. Now you can get the fancy blue and red stuff if you want to, but white's just fine for this. This is just inlet water. So there was some blue there, and I thought about getting it, but it was the last stick, and I thought, well, maybe somebody wants blue. So I said, well, we'll have to rob somebody of that when we had one stick left of blue. So they had plenty of white. Okay, well, one more shot. I'll do the insulating, and then we'll call it done. Just in time to start making dinner. Okay, well that's it. It's all insulated. It only took one stick of insulation, and the final shot here is just hang that right there, and that's all there is to it. So give me a thumbs up and like and subscribe, And I hope the water starts smelling better here. Doesn't look too much like Dr. Seuss did it. You can hang a picture right in there like it's already framed.